Where do you start about a story about Kevin Baker? So Kevin he was larger than life, and I've seen that said about him and written up in multiple places, but he was larger than life. But the truth, for me at least, about Kevin is that he just cared about the students, and he just cared about people.
When I first got hired, we were up in Kingston doing our pre-faculty orientation, and he took us all out for just a quick drink, and just found him just someone who just cared about everyone. And he's even though he was not my dean at the time, he said, if you need any help, my name's Kevin Baker, here's my card, you call me and I'll help you whatever you need. So I just met him for 30 seconds and already welcoming and willing to help.
I did meet him in a work capacity 2 years ago, but very quickly he became a huge part of my life. So I'm a single mom. Part of being a single mom is struggling through things and providing a positive work and life balance. And so I would say that Kevin was very quickly a part of my village of support. And he did that in a variety of ways, showing up for me, providing me with advice. I always used to joke, because he had these, and I will term them because this is what he called them, not me, these old man sayings to kind of spur me on and build my strength when I was feeling down. So he would say things like, chin up, buttercup, and, just like the most ridiculous things. But it's funny because now that he's gone, I go back in my text messages and I print out like a bubble that says like chin up, buttercup, and I have it above my desk at work so that it like reminds me that he's like always, cheering me on and being my cheerleader.
He would talk fondly about all of these interesting students and backgrounds that he got to learn about. And, one of those students ended up inviting one of those students to his home for Christmas. And that student enjoyed Christmas dinner with his family because it was a student that was an international student, was here away from their family and friends, and had never actually experienced a turkey dinner and pumpkin pie before.
He would come out with us to Montreal every year with our marketing students. We have a yearly competition, and he would get on the train with us, or when the train was canceled one year, he ran to the car for us, ran to the big truck and drove on the highway. And he didn't stop talking for 6 hours about story after story after story. And then there he just spent time just cheering on the students and trying to give them a really good experience, connecting with them.
Kevin was an avid storyteller. He used his stories. I think some people thought he rambled, but he did not. He used his stories to inspire, to connect with people, to provide advice, even though he wasn't outwardly doing so. He would use the stories to do that. He was a mentor to many, whether they were students, faculty, or colleagues of his. I think a lot of people like myself will say that they started out as a colleague and became fast friends.
He talked a lot, and I say that with love, but he loved telling stories. He had some crazy stories. Some of them, sometimes I'd be like, are these real? But I actually think they were all real. I really think they were.
Kevin came from a very diverse background. He actually was even a trained lawyer. So he had worked as a lawyer, he had worked in government, he had lived out east in Newfoundland for a while, but he also came from a very diverse family situation. And I think because of that, he had, I think that's why he cared about people. He looked beyond the surface. And and so you felt that. His
overall character was a giving character as well. He wasn't just about, being nice to everyone. That's just who Kevin was. He loved life, he enjoyed life, and he wanted to make sure that if any way he can help us enjoy life better, he did it. He helped us.
He was always the one to reach out to make sure you were okay. And he had this emoji avatar. that like literally was like the replica version of him in like your phone, and it would just be like a this, or like a funny face, or like an eye roll, but it would just be that. Like, he didn't want to bug you, but he wanted you to know that he was there. He was very much a person who lived in the moment. And I think if you were to just sum him up in one statement to somebody to make them understand, he was present and lived in each moment.
I love him. I miss him. That's it.